sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that...
Gotta break through! You're mine! You're finished! Strike! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Soaring Light Spear!
They rush you gotta jump the cover, okay?
Negative gate! Resonate with the earth!
Take this!
A charge like that can easily be faced. Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Sleep now. I'll be safe. This is big.
Barely target practice.
Then why bother fighting them?
Because I certainly won't run away from a battle.
No choice! Take this! You picked the wrong fight!
I'll smash you! I'm ready!
Flaming Thrust!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! A merry distraction.
Now!
There's still more to go.
Leave the charges to me!
This
I
one's
never
all mine!
Now!
Be still!
A comfortable win.
Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo! Hoo hoo hoo! Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo!
Hoo! Maybe something's going on in the forest.
An opponent like this should be easy. It's over! Not today! Here I come!
I'll be here now!
Shion!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! A merry
Not a
distraction.
chance!
There's still more to go!
Hurricane Thrust!
Do it!
Reload! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Take it! How's this?
Flaming Thrust! Hurricane Thrust! This could be useful.
A fish! You saw it too, right?
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Now where might those fish be? There we go. Dagnabbit! It got away. I've got something. Dagnabbit! It got away. And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
Now where might those fish be? Ha! There we go. Anybody could reel in that.
Nice! You caught it!
Yeah! I've got something. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Not too shabby, friend.
Reel it in. Anybody could reel in that.
Guess it's important to stay calm.
Yeah! There we go. That was disappointing. Yeah! There we go. She's got a good size to her, all told.
I can't believe you caught that with a rod. Amazing.
There we go. I reeled us in a big one.
We can make a real feast out of this bad boy.
Wouldn't it be easier to simply use astral arts to catch the fish and be done with it?
That misses the whole point of going out to fish. Reel it in. Well, it's not bad, per se.
You take your fishing pretty seriously.
We've got a lively one! Good fishers always keep their cool. All right. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Looks like a pretty energetic fish.
Is this what I think it is? I'll let you go this time. I'm always... He's amazed what healing arts can do.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know. All right, but after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes, when it comes to my brother.
You said it, not me. Anyway,
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what Miguel was telling me for so long. Because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time. Of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No. When I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society. I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all. I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, Just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Finally, some open space again. A fish! You saw it too, right? I've got something. I reeled us in a big one.
Hopefully it tastes better than it looks.
All right. Anybody could reel in that.
Not too shabby, friend.
Yeah! Reel it in. Dagnabbit! It got away.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Reel it in. I'll get you next time.
You're still not done fishing yet? Boring.
You need patience to fish. Reel it in. That's not a fish I see often.
I don't recognize that fish. Is it okay to eat?
There we go. I'll catch something bigger next time.
Maybe you could keep it as a pet.
All right. I'll let you go this time.
I'm getting pretty hungry.
Yep, the sooner the better.
Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this. Ha! There we go. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Nice! You caught it!
There we go. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
You take your fishing pretty seriously.
Okay, change of plans. There we go. Looks like I hooked a pretty rare fish.
Wow, what an awesome fish you caught!
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. Now where might those fish be? I've got something. I'll catch something bigger next time.
Looks like a pretty energetic fish.
All right, once more from the top. Okay, change of plans. All right. I'll catch something bigger next time.
You take your fishing pretty seriously.
Finally. Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one.
You're still not done fishing yet? Boring.
You need patience to fish. Is this what I think it is? I did it! But I'm not gonna quit now.
Remarkable. You're top of the food chain.
Hup. There we go. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
That went pretty well.
Hup. Oh. I did it! But I'm not gonna quit now.
You tamed a real beast.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
There's something in the water.
Okay, change of plans. Reel it in. Anybody could reel in that.
That went pretty well.
All right. It got away. I've got something. Good fishers always keep their cool. All right, once more from the top. There we go. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Not too shabby, friend.
Yeah! Time to try a different spot. I've got something. Anybody could reel in that.
Nice! You caught it!
Yeah! Time to try a different spot. Yeah! Okay, change of plans.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. Ha! All right. I reeled us in a big one.
We can make a real feast out of this bad boy.